Hello guys, it's Stephen and Phil here on FOOTY.COM, and we couldn't really ignore this, could we? Yesterday the internet was set alight by Huddersfield announcing a new kit from those practical jokers, Paddy Power, basically with a crazy sponsorship emblazoned across the front of it. So today we thought we'd do a slight deviation of our normal content and discuss whether this shirt is actually real and what it actually means for the game. Maybe we'll give an ironic score later, because that's what this guy does, you know, But yeah, we couldn't really ignore it, could we, given the fact that we're basically a kit fan channel these days. So anyway, if you are into FOOTY.COM, make sure you hit that subscribe button for loads of kind of football culture and football kit talk and all that kind of stuff. We review basically everything if you are new to us. So what are you waiting for? Click subscribe below. But Phil, right, this one. So the bit of the backstory is like, this was announced yesterday. It was kind of dropped on Twitter by Huddersfield, and the internet kind of exploded. People saying this is the worst kit they've ever seen. The memes were plentiful.
Oh yes,
I've seen loads of Hindu stuff or stashes. I've seen United mocked with the History Channel on there, and it's just the Comedy Central on Newcastle. Our boss was just showing us that earlier. It's basically gone crazy. A lot of people are saying, like, what's going on? Now, we did a little bit of research before. It's got to be a wind-up, hasn't it? So
yeah, so that's the thing. I'm actually amazed they've doubled down on effectively treating it like an actual release, and the amount of people that are still asking me today, is this real?
See,
it's
we
amazing.
we were certain, and we still are certain, but we were less certain before what happened yesterday, basically. So they actually went and played in it.
They actually played it. They played it in a pre-season friendly against Rochdale. As you say, I mean, and we're still, we know it's a fake kit for a few reasons which we'll go into, but it's amazing that effectively Huddersfield have sold their soul. They've literally allowed Paddy Power to, in many ways, and understandably, a lot of Huddersfield fans really annoyed because a lot of the attention, and it's generated, a lot of attention, but really a lot of it's been mocking.
Posh,
exactly.
Well done. You sold yourself to a betting company for some cheap lols, and you made yourself look like a bunch of tits, if we're being honest.
And the thing is, I went into this in my blog yesterday.
I'll put that in the comment, the link below, by the way. Phil went into footage, which I enjoyed.
I was
polite as well, so that's great.
Yeah, and I was I live in Huddersfield, so I've actually been following the club for quite a bit, and I felt quite passionate about writing about it. The thing is, and I'm by no means justifying the decision. I think it was a wrong decision, but from the club's perspective, I would guess, and we'll never know, but I would guess that they're actually probably going to sell more kits now.
Oh, I don't know. I think there might be a reaction where people don't. I think there might be a bit of annoyance from it, because if I was a Huddersfield out of genuinely out of principle, I'd be like, no. I'm not going to swear, but I'd be like, you pretended to lie to us and got us to wear it. To get an example, I'd be like, yeah, well, we're not stupid. And also, I'm going to carry on my rant. I'm sorry, but Huddersfield is bigger than Paddy Power, a betting firm. Huddersfield is something that means something to people with actual fans and emotion and heritage, and a club that people grow up and love. And to see their club become just this vehicle just for a practical joke. It's so cheap, and it's like football clubs are much more than just a betting company, and this will all probably disappear in a few years when everyone gets bored of this kind of culture and this humour, and that's what annoys me about it, because they should be the butt of the jokes, not the football club, and that's what annoys me. It's like, we're willing to sell our integrity and our tradition and our history and our pride just because a betting company wants to have a laugh at our expense.
That's the thing. And honestly, I think I would completely agree from a fan perspective. Clearly,
might sell a lot. We don't know, but I personally wouldn't. I'd be like, no.
I think that's the thing. My sort of, and it's not a personal counter, but I think the counter. And I was trying to think about why would a club do this. Obviously, it's a big decision, and I noticed actually the CEO of Huddersfield also. Well, that's the thing. I noticed the guy, and he's called Sean Jarvis. He basically came out on Twitter and said, I'm sorry for any offences caused. I'm going to go off Twitter for a bit. Clearly, the backlash has been...
Did he?
Yeah, he said that.
That's it.
And obviously, the backlash has been significant. But I do think, again, and we'll never know, it's a big what if, but I do think that certainly the attention to the home kit release is bigger, obviously, at the expense of significant backlash.
Well, that's it. It's loads of attention, but at the expense of credibility. And that's the thing, is that massively, maybe there's a way to do this, and maybe just make it a little bit off your side joke, be a little bit more playful. Like surely not, you know what I mean? But I feel like they've been so serious with it all. I think they've actually not quite nailed the joke.
I think that's a good point. And actually, on the Paddy Power bit, which I only noticed after writing my blog yesterday, there was an earlier video from a couple of weeks ago. And it was a bit of a skit from Paddy Power, and they were effectively mocking Huddersfield by basically saying the video was Paddy Power kind of execs kind of talking to each other and saying, "Oh, we're going to go into shirt sponsorship." And they're all like, "Oh, who is it? Is it City?" And like, no, it's not City. And they were going through all these Premier League clubs. And like, "Oh, it's Huddersfield." And there's this sort of silence. And obviousll for a Huddersfield fan, you would watch that. And
I'm annoyed for them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, as I say, I live in Huddersfield. I'll probably, I'll be,
you've got local connection.
I'll be, I know a lot of friends who are town fans, big town fans, and clearly from fan perspective, it's a terrible move. The other thing as well, which. I think going on to the fact we know it's a fake, which you pointed out quite
for the reasons we haven't really mentioned in terms of sponsorship. There's restrictions on amount of size.
Exactly.
Even the FA are bitten now. They've actually said they're come on FA,
which is unfortunately played into Paddy Power's hands, hasn't it? Yeah, exactly. And I think the other thing, again, you pointed out yesterday. The fact that Umbro have not tweeted at all, and this is interesting. Actually,
Umbro are really active, aren't they? On
very active, and from Umbro's perspective, the damage is significantly lower for them. But for them, I mean, even just from a brand integrity point of view, looking at that keeper kit, for example, which is a template which all Umbro teams have this year, in a very small way, it's probably damaged Umbro's reputation. So it's a fascinating
collateral, isn't it? It's
collateral, and it's a fascinating case study. I don't expect it to go this far.
I do not think. I don't think this is worth it for Huddersfield. I genuinely don't. I think like they would have. They pissed on their own chips a little bit. I think genuinely, I think they have.
Phrase,
that's the only one I can think of. Generally, it's the money,
it
but like. I feel like if they want to do this, Joe, which is kind of funny, make it a little bit more obvious, make it a little bit obviously play for tongue in cheek, get Rodri gigs or whatever to walk around in the video so everyone knows it's a joke, play on the joke a little bit more, make it obvious, but don't do this serious po-face thing. We all know it's going to be revealed soon that this is not the actual kit. We're not stupid. None of us are stupid.
And I think that's the thing. If I expected yesterday them to be a bit clever, and it's not rocket science, but if they'd have maybe started with the kit, or at least, I don't know, warmed up in the kit, but then released a really good home kit.
Yes.
And then come out and said, you know what?
And Paddy Power made a donation to children's charities.
Exactly. I was just about to say, Paddy Power, obviously... They're betting, they're bookmakers. They're not going to come out.
A free shirt to have season ticket holder.
Free shirt to see, do something and say, look,
We're starting now. There's the campaign. Paddy Power.
This is it. You can
got any balls?
You can leverage all this. There was a huge buzz, and they could have done something with it, and now it's too late to go off the back of it. There's been so much hate that basically it just looks like backtracking now. And the thing is, and this is another thing which I mentioned yesterday. There's obviously, and whatever your views on gambling, there is a bit of there is a fundamental issue with gambling.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You have to, and there's a reason that there was, the first kind of...
This is like the epitome of it all, isn't it?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of negative connotations, and, I'm all for, at the end of the day, clubs need to make money. I'm not suggesting that you can't partner with the gambling company, but it's the responsible nature of it is completely lacking here, to the point where it looks there's a bad smell around it all, unfortunately.
Massively, I don't know. I think football is an incredible, emotional, tribal thing that brings people together.
It does.
And regardless of the size of the club, and Huddersfield aren't a small club, let's be honest, they're not. They're literally Premier League, club until a few months ago. Regardless, I just don't think they should ever be the butt of the joke for a betting firm, and they've been the butt of the joke a few times now. And I know obviously Huddersfield owners know what they're getting to bed to with all the money and all that kind of stuff, but there should be a level of respect for the fans, the fans at very least. I'm hoping Paddy Power, they do the decent thing and they make it up to the fans somehow, or do something to not just go, here's a new shirt, because no, I'm sorry, people don't have to be your joke. And there's nothing wrong with a joke. We've got a sense of humour, all that kind of stuff, and we have.
Can you imagine them actually doing that? It would be great. But I just can't. It's not them, is it?
It's just not a funny joke. That's the thing. It's just a naff joke. It's it's naff because it's transparent. It's lazy. And it's been dealt with, I think, really badly. They're normally very tongue-in-cheek, and they're normally it's winky, nudge, but this hasn't had that element to it.
Yeah, and I saw someone say on Twitter that, the key to any good joke is timing, and unfortunately, they've missed the boat now. And anything they do, however they reveal the real kit, it's just going to look bad.
They've just really highlighted unintentionally the problem with gambling has with over football and betting, in terms of people are totally free to bet, but once again, betting has been pushed into the faces of all these kids on Twitter. They're normalising it, and there's a massive increase in problem with addiction for teenagers and gambling. And this it's not necessarily their fault individually, but this is just another little cherry on this horrible gambling cake that's kind of really infiltrating the game. And as you said, this is probably the future, isn't it, kids?
Well, I think a brief comment we could go, but we'll keep it short. I think the sad thing is that sponsorship obviously is growing. There's a reason we've got sleeve sponsors now. Is because more companies want to advertise. And actually, if you look at like kits around the world, you know, in England there are a lot of regulations, and thank goodness, because if you look at Argentina, some of the lower leagues, Mexico, exactly, you are literally looking at a dozen sponsors on the shirt. Sadly, that's probably the future. I hope that companies are more responsible, and actually, if companies are clever, you know, sponsoring a team doesn't just mean plastering your name on it. It does mean charity initiatives, working in the community, giving back. You know, if you're going to put your name out there, you should be, I mean, you know, this is a bit of a rant, but investing in that community. Showing fans that actually sponsorship doesn't just mean bigger profit margins.
There's more to it than that.
Exactly.
There's an investment to the
and
club.
If you think about sponsorship in football, actually there are good examples. And, you know, it's not just about kind of in the glory days, but actually a lot of sponsors were tied to teams for several years, and they did put back, and you know, they were local,
synonymous in the right reasons.
And you know, and these are sometimes they're not, you know, necessarily kind of, I don't know, they're often not just local businesses, even international businesses that can do good things off the back of sponsorship. I feel like that
you
don't
feel like they want to, do you? Let's be honest.
Gosh.
So I'm going to get you to score anyway, just for a laugh.
Oh yeah,
go on, Phil, give it.
Well, you know, and again, I saw a lot of people comment that the shirt is actually really interesting. Forget Paddy power. You know, it's interesting to see a big sash on a strap kit. It's a bold design.
It's a shame it's a sticker, isn't it?
It's a shame it's a sticker. It's a shame it's Paddy power. Honestly, if it was, I don't know what company it could be, but another company, a fun company with that design, it would be a really noticeable shirt.
And maybe even like one of the, maybe it's a white stripe, but then a blue stripe in the middle.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I actually think it's an interesting design. But
96.
We are reviewing, and we do take sponsors into account. The reason we rated United's home kit quite low is because of the ugly Chevrolet sponsor. This isn't just ugly though. This is actually offensively bad. Is it as bad as Southampton? You know, and again, I'm not
probably isn't, is it? Even
you know what? I am going to put it below Southampton. I think
I can't remember what the score was.
Southampton was in the 20s. This is going to be, I'm going to give it an 11. I think genuinely it is a properly bad example of a kit. I'm going to give it an 11. If we were reviewing it.
Over. Basically, it's not the real kit. It'll obviously be announced before the season, and Paddy Power are not funny, essentially, as much as they can be sometimes. It's tacky. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a rant from us, guys. Let us know what you make of this whole shebang in the comments below. We'll be back tomorrow with a more traditional video, probably reviewing Chelsea or Spurs' home kit. Away kits and home kits. Let us know what you make of all this. Subscribe if you're new to FOOTY.COM. And Stephen, this is Phil. We'll see you very, very soon.